Hi everyone. Okay, I think I am live already. Yes, so I'll turn this down here. I'm testing out all my new equipment. I'm on my GoPro Max Live. I was bummed to find out I couldn't do the 360 live, but I'll be using this to go live during hurricane season and do updates, forecasts outside. I'd like to work outside as much as possible, so I just kind of was trying to beat the sun here. I had some things I wanted to share today about typhoon. First of all, we have a typhoon right now heading toward the Philippines, so that looks like it's going to downgrade, and I am updating that on Weather Woman. And in the meantime, getting ready for hurricane season on Friday, May 15th is the start of the hurricane season in the Atlantic and the Gulf area. So I kind of wanted to get all my new equipment driving and tested before all this happened, so I can, I guess, be more efficient and quick when I'm ready for live forecasts with my green screen and stuff. So in the past, I did some of these forecasts and they went pretty well. I just ended up working for a news station and stopped doing things on my own for a while, but now I have more freedom to work on my own again, and I'm looking at doing 2 live forecasts a week, Weather Woman and Amy Metz Reporting. I have YouTubes on each, and I always use Amy Metz Reporting as my kind of professional, like, demo reel sort of thing for getting jobs. And I started Weather Woman after I stopped working for the news stations, so I could just report for you and kind of have a clean slate where I could be a little more myself, have more freedom. So I'm showing you here what I'm doing today, and ta-da! I have a big old hole I've been hacking away at. I've been renting here for about a year, and I'm working on putting up a weather station here. So this is the new high-tech weather station that I bought. Super excited about it. Things are delayed, so I'm checking to see how my shot comes back. These are the things I'll be working out the kinks for to be smoother later. But now I'm back seeing this Davis Instruments box. So I wanted to kind of do an unopening while I sort of shared my vision with you. Also started chatting and getting to know you guys. So tell me about yourselves. I'd like to know where you're from, what you love about weather, why you're, watching this information I'm putting out, which hasn't been much yet, and kind of just go from there, because I have a lot of content pre-produced already, and I have a background with meteorology, mathematics, and I'm now looking to get a degree in space weather, so that's my next avenue. And along with all that, I'm learning a lot about forecasting, ways that I can help people get through bad weather and enjoy it, not be scared, not wonder, but we can use the tools on our phones, like this thing. I'm watching myself live right now. There's so many incredible apps too. We can use this stuff to literally save lives. So I'm gonna try to do that and help teach you guys how to stay more aware and prepared. And I do have some microphones. I'll be testing and seeing how this sound quality is. So let me know if it sounds bad as the cars are going by. And I'm gonna take a little break here before I start opening up my box and sharing the weather station that I'll be putting in the ground here. But take a minute here to say hi to you guys and see if anyone wants to chat or ask questions before I get into what I'm going to try to do here with this channel here. And also, so I don't see any comments yet, but for if you hear, maybe I can take a look and see who's watching. Robbie, oh, Robbie's here, yeah. Here we go, it's boom time. Yes, I wasn't gonna do any of these things till Friday, but yeah, with that typhoon, major typhoon, it looks like it's gonna skirt right up along the Philippines. I thought I had to go live today as I was digging up this hole, so I'll be looking more into that later on today, but do believe it'll downgrade. And it's that time of day where everybody's walking. Cutie kids running by. Hey buddy, okay, cool. Yeah, I see some people on here I've been talking to. So what I've been doing with this Facebook of mine, it's just my Facebook, I've had since college, and been keeping people like from school on here, and I decided to sort of link it to my Gmail account where I have my YouTube, Amy Metz Reporting, and from there I was always working on news, and I'll just start unboxing this as I'm doing it. I'm going to sideline some video work for an unboxing that I'll set up on YouTube later with a voiceover. But as far as my background goes, I got interested in weather way back in the day. I was like 6 years old and I saw a tornado. I'd already loved weather. Every year I would be driving up from North Dakota with my mom and my family to visit her family in North Dakota, and we'd see crazy weather, so I got obsessed with it. But from there, seen that tornado at 6. She didn't even see it. I found out 20 years later she didn't see it at all, but just knew it was bad weather and kept driving fast. I just got like obsessed with weather, so I decided to become a meteorologist that day, and then lo and behold, like 20 some years later, I actually succeeded, running in late to my graduation, 6 months pregnant, after traveling 100 miles from Florida to Alabama to get there, because I put myself through a lot of loops getting through my graduation, but it was all really fun, all really worth it. I'll share more later, but it's for now, you know, what I did in the end with my degrees, I ended up getting a meteorology degree at South Alabama after starting at University of Hawaii in Manoa. So I got a little foothold in the microclimates in Hawaii. Then as I was about 1.5 years into my studies, straight A's, everything, loving it, I was able to take the bus or my moped to school from Waikiki, go surfing all the time, and then just kind of study on the bus if I had a lot of reading to do, or take my moped and relax at school and have a good time, you know, studying, doing really well. But after I moved to Alabama, it was a little harder. Of course, then upper division started too. Math got really hard. There were some really hard times there, but I made it through. So I'm really glad for that, and I'll describe what these are later once I get them all laid out. But after I graduated, my husband, who's in the Army, that's how I ended up out there after starting school here, he got stationed again in Hawaii. So I was so excited. I had a little heads up knowing he'd be here. I was able to start looking at getting a job here and contacting stations and gearing my internship work on the green screen at WKRG to kind of fit the mold for Hawaii. I was able to like go manipulate their setup to be set up for Hawaii using their software, Mac software through the Weather Channel that kind of runs most of the big operations, the media operations. The meteorologists use that. So I did get a job, the #1 news station when I got here. Wasn't quite qualified for what they were looking for, so I got a hybrid position they made up, and it was great. But then I ended up very ill, so it was sad. I got really sick, had been hospitalized even, double kidney infection, no real answers. I'd been feeling poorly ever since I'd had my daughter, and had a reaction to some medication. So it was just a trickle down effect that led into my firing. And it was not really a firing per se. They asked if I wanted to leave with some extra money, and given the circumstances and my health at the time, we decided, both of us, that yeah, that was it. And it was really sweet of them to leave me with some extra money so that I was able to be home for the holidays. That happened right before Christmas, and I could see my family and everything and have a little extra cash still to get all the gifts and have a good time and just move on from there. So from there, I went to KITV like about 6 months later. Started feeling better, started changing some of my habits. Like, I haven't had my dinner yet. Drink a lot of this juice now. I make it organic. Makes me feel better. The more I can grow it, the more I can get it from the farms here, the better I feel. So like, this is beets and celery, and I put things in here that help with like swelling and whatever else organ functions, and it's really honestly changed my life. I'm getting in shape, I'm feeling good. And so after my experience with KITV, you know, I started working again. Maybe it was too soon. I was a news producer. It was interesting. I could share a lot about that later. But I decided really soon after starting there, just maybe within 3 months, that it was not the best thing for me or my family or my career path or my future. So my vision is really just to be reporting for you guys, helping you guys. And I'm hungry, so I'll take a drink here. Maybe take a peek at some comments and say hi again for a minute, and then I'll get into kind of like what I want to do in the future with you guys and what I want to know from you, maybe how I want to share. No, I'm so hungry. It's good stuff. The beets are really good dyes. I actually used it on my lips the other day because it kind of stained, so I just spread it on. It's really cute. But you have almost everything out of here. So this is interesting. I guess if I turn my camera or my phone, I should be able to see things easier. No one else says anything, but oh, Leah. Hi, Leah. You're here now too. Good to see you from California, I bet. And yeah, tell me where you guys are if you're watching. I'd love to know where people are tuning in from. And as I grow my channel and like keep going live more and more with forecasts that actually matter, thank you. Yeah, I'd like to know what you guys care about and what you want to know, because I did learn so much about production, making things easy to understand with weather, and also forecasting. So I just kind of want to use that to help you guys. Weather's fun, it's exciting, and I want to storm chase and make a living doing it. And I found out I'm really good at severe weather forecasting. So that's where I'm gonna really hone in on first with hurricanes, and tracking them, and also helping you get prepared. So that's my immediate vision, and from there there's a lot I could branch out on, and I have a ton of things like the history of weather that is exciting to me. We'll see if anyone else cares about it when I have more time for that. But so here we have an anemometer. This kind of thing has cups, and they'll catch the wind and spin around. So with a calibration, that's going to show us how fast the wind is going. You know, it's going to probably sit up on this piece here. I'll go through the manual later. But here's the main device, and then you know, backing another wind part of the anemometer, I suppose, the wind direction. I don't know all the technical terms for this stuff. I actually made it through meteorology without taking instrumentation, so this will be my crash course. I'll do some extra reading up here before I do a formal YouTube package video on this, which is what I'm doing this extra unboxing for. So yeah, I have a lot of gauges here. We'll have a rain gauge in this box. Can plug this in because this thing is super high tech. I got like a really cool one so I could be all official, because I love graphs, I love math now that I'm good at it. This thing is gonna tell me, like, it could go climate wise like years and years with graphs. I'm pretty sure too that it will link into other systems somehow and let me know more climate information, more than what I'm going to be recording right here in my yard. So it looks like that's all the pieces. So I'm excited. I'm gonna lay them out here and just show you all the pieces. And here we go. How fun. I'll just kind of use this GoPro. It's all new to me, using all these new devices and tripods, but it's pretty cool. I got some really nice things, cheap, just taking my time buying everything. So here we go with the Davis Instruments, and I'll have this nice guide. It looks beautiful. And eventually here I'll be putting together, yeah, a formal how-to video with setting up this whole weather station. So let me know if that's something that interests you. I know some of you have weather stations that are watching this now and that might watch it later. Tell me about them, how you placed them, whatever. Favorite thing about having them. I just want to stay connected here, and really moving forward, I want to be forecasting with worldwide weather. It's amazing to me how these storm systems can go from, you know, one part of the world, like this typhoon, for instance, right now we're by the Philippines, is eventually going to turn northward, head up even toward, like, going to eventually bring some sort of moisture, rain to Alaska. Sure, it won't be that tropical storm anymore, but it'll have some of that tropical moisture, and that's going to change the way the weather feels and the way the weather looks in Alaska. So this kind of stuff is really incredible to me, and what I'd like to be tracking with all of you is how these things are really going around the globe and do global view forecasts. So I've been in this last year kind of working out methods that I could do this easy, fast, digestible, maybe break things down to do more in-depth forecasts on places that might have the severe weather coming, and just have fun. And in the next year, hopefully find a way that I can really monetize with this. It's something I've been thinking about for years, and now that the timing is just right with my kids and me being home and having other businesses that are doing well, I'm able to have the income right now to work at least 2 or 3 days a week doing this, and eventually get money off of this. So I hope it goes well. You know, just continue my studies. I'd really like to get a PhD, honestly, a bachelor's of science in math. I have a minor right now, and I get that space weather degree. I like to fly with the hurricane hunters, and in the end, I really want to learn more about quantum physics. I am obsessed with Tesla, Einstein. I just bought a new book about the history of math. So with my son getting into the age of being able to add and count, I'm getting to enjoy the idea of maybe education production later on, maybe like homeschooling stuff. So those are some of my ideas and visions, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm about, where I came from, and where I want to go. I'm just always open to sharing. I want to kind of connect with people, do live forecasts so we can really talk about things. Maybe you're in a certain place where you have specific questions about a storm. And I want to be able to answer those things on the spot. So I thought that would be fun to actually walk you through, like me cold turkey looking at all the data and analyzing it with you live so that we can all be on the same page, and maybe you can start doing that kind of stuff on your own even when I'm not available. So that's that. I wonder if it's still going. Is live now. Yeah, so I'll turn this sideways again, take my time closing up, maybe say bye and hi, and oh, hey Scott Rayborn, hey Chris Galloway, I know you guys, Jackie, good to see y'all. I'm so glad you came by. And yeah, somehow or another I'm gonna have to figure out how to like get used to just really talking to you guys on here and like engaging you and having a good time. Aloha, one of my favorite fans. So I love you all, and I hope we can have a really good time from here on out. Hurricane season 2020, here we come.